welcome to my review of the Probe Droid 18 Plus set. Now, this set was retailing for, I believe, $50, if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, I can't remember the price at this point, but I knew it was in the $50 to $70 price range. So, start off with the base, and then we'll move into the actual Probe Droid. So, get out of here for a minute, dude. 1 second. Go. Alright, for the base. It's pretty simplistic, but it looks really good. And this is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do Hoth, to kind of mainly display this, but I didn't get it until after Hoth was already destroyed, unfortunately. Looking a look at the tech specs here for the Probe Droid, the Viper Probe Droid specifically, the manufacturer is at Arakid Industries, the affiliation obviously Imperial. Its primary functions are exploration and recon. Its height is 1.6 meters, which is around a little over 3 feet. It has a blaster cannon, long-range sensors, a stealth-destruct mechanism, a repulsor lift engine, and manipulator arms. On the build, I have no idea where the gun is, but maybe you more experienced folk will be able to point that out for me. And again, looking at the base, it is a very nice display piece, having kind of snow covering the sticker, which looks like snow is kind of just like sticking to it. And obviously the main gap here for the Probe Droid in this little mound to keep it nice and sturdy. It has an irregular shape for the base, but I like it. It's very natural in design. And yeah, now onto the actual Probe Droid itself. Removing it off of the temporary base I gave it. And bringing it over here to its actual base. So, looking at it, as you can see, it is a big boy. Obviously nowhere near minifig scale. How would they even make a perfectly minifig scale Probe Droid unless it was very, very irregularly shaped and brick built? So, I actually suggest they make a custom mold of the Probe Droid. That would be cool. Anyways, for the droid itself, going from top to bottom, we have a movable head featuring all different types of kind of quote-unquote eyes, we'll call it, antenna and other details. A lot of snot technique. There is a lot of snot technique in this build. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I actually enjoy using snot quite a lot. If any of you guys have seen my 1313 build, you guys know I like snot. Okay, that sounded a lot better in my head. Anyways, so right underneath the helmet, or right underneath the head here of the Probe Droid, we have its body, which again, using a lot of snot technique, looks very, very good, very nice, very round. I just wish there was a way we could kind of fill in the gaps, but if I remember correctly, that's how it looked in the movies and shows and stuff. Now, for each individual arm, we're going to have to take a closer look at these. Starting with this one over here, because it isn't really an arm per se, it's more of a like spiky probe thing. Each arm is individually posable. This one has 1, 2, 3 joints in its mobility, so you can get a nice range of posability. He can practically just stab himself right in the middle of his body there, if if you wanted to. I personally kind of love to leave it kind of like this. So he's like about to poke something, and going clockwise over here we have this little pincer arm right here, which has a hand that can move down. It can also move, the arm itself can move side to side. All arms can move side to side like that, so I won't need to go over it again. Obviously, the pincer arm itself can actually open and move around and stuff. I personally just like to leave it kind of there, like a down position. Just to kind of get like a better look out of her. Next arm, continuing clockwise. Same kind of premise, but it's just thinner and has a vertical grabber arm. I kind of just like to leave it like the arm is just down, like, okay, I'm not doing anything. Next one over here is probably my favorite arm out of the set because of the hydraulics. Because it has one joint here, one joint for the hand, which is another vertical hand. Just another vertical hand for the Probe Droid, which ain't nothing wrong with it, ain't nothing wrong with it. But this one in the middle has a hydraulic extender piece. Yeah, the classic hydraulics. Gotta love those. So I kind of like to leave it all collapsed up, just kind of like there. Continuing clockwise, this is a 4-joint arm because we have the one up here on the very top, and then we have the one here, and then one here. And then obviously the hand can move around. Again, I like to leave the arms just kind of like in a natural kind of floating position, because obviously it's a probe droid, it's got to hover. So yeah, the hands can move. This one can actually hold on to things because of the actual clip, so you can grab it onto like a wire or something if you wanted to do that. This next one over here is probably the worst arm in the set because of how flimsy and fragile it is, but luckily it can move. It can move up and down, left, right, and all that good stuff, and the pincer arm can actually move. I don't usually mess with this arm because it usually moves itself. So yeah, I think that's it for the Probe Droid. And as I said, this set came in at around, I believe, $50 at retail price. And it is a really cool display piece if you are a big fan of The Empire Strikes Back. So I'd like to say, may the Force be with you all. Have a good day, and goodbye.